Okay. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Q&A of the week. Um, we got a very, very interesting question today that is related to interpersonal difficulties. And also interesting that just today we were talking about attachment in the other
hmm
recording that we're going to post. So this question is, past relationships make me feel so scared and even paranoid of being once again hurt and betrayed. I want to give the benefit of the doubt, but that's scary because I don't want to miss red flags again.
hmm
I think that's definitely a powerful thing. It's a difficult position to be in. Um, where my thoughts are at with this, I'm thinking of what sets the stage for someone to be feeling that way, expecting and being afraid of being hurt again and betrayed again. How early in life did that start for you? When you think of that feeling, what does it remind you of? And that feeling of paranoia, so to speak, in some ways that can make you feel safer, can keep you safe, because it's almost like, okay, I'm going to make sure that I protect myself, that my eyes are open with all the bad that
hmm
could come yet again.
hmm
At the same time, that can also be a little bit blinding because we might throw an expectation at someone who did not intend to hurt us. It's just that our past is so present all the time and can also just make the experience unpleasant for us. Um, I would say, you know, thinking about exploring, first of all, exploring this idea of the fear of giving the benefit of the doubt, because that's really ambiguity. It's like in this space where I don't know if I'm safe or unsafe. And that's a very scary place to be. But at the same time, to not go stir crazy and jump to conclusions,
hmm
I think that's a place that needs to be explored. Kind of like what we do with a lot of other sources of fear and anxiety.
hmm
Explore somatically and even creatively. What is this giving the benefit of the doubt? What is this ambiguity? How am I
hmm
feeling it in my body? Is it terror? Do I feel like I'm dying? Do I feel like I'm letting my guard down and I'm going to be stabbed in the back? Like really, really fully go there.
hmm
Start making that place, it's not an easy place to be, but make it a little more familiar, a little more tolerable. And in that, you might start informing yourself, like, does this feel very, very old and only old? Does it feel like old, but also related to this new situation or this new person? What's going on?
hmm
Only to explore, not to go to conclusions yet. Um, Maybe sound it, draw it. If you draw benefit of the doubt, what comes out? What
hmm
associations? If
hmm
you move, what comes up? Um, and really, really investigate objectively what's going on in your situation, almost like you're a private investigator of your own interpersonal life. What signs has this person given me that could be red flags? Are there any? Are there neutral signs that I have interpreted as red flags? And of course, one could argue, well, if I was so good at that, I wouldn't have found myself in this situation, in this situation, in this situation. But you learn every time,
hmm
you learn more. So
hmm
give yourself too the benefit of the doubt. You're learning,
hmm
and going deeper will help you get out of this cycle too.
hmm
What do you think, Stephanie? Do you think I covered a
Yeah,
little
I mean,
bit?
I think you covered it. You made an important distinction of, and this is what requires the exploration is digging into when you're doing this, when you're feeling the paranoia and you're unwilling to trust or be vulnerable or whatever it is that you're not willing to do in this current relationship, um, being able to decipher, is this a reflex reaction from my past? Is just this just my conditioning based on my experience? Or is this warranted in the moment because I feel like maybe there's something here that I do need to be aware of? And I think you can only learn how to discern that by exploring your past and by knowing how that set you up to then show up the way you do now. So, like, because this is a tricky thing, because some people maybe you shouldn't trust.
Mm-hmm.
And just to be like, well, I need to be more trusting and vulnerable and just kind of like open it wide open. Well, maybe not, and so then you're right to have a little, what's the word? Uh,
Yeah, like alert, maybe.
yeah, yeah, like just kind of questioning, maybe not. Maybe I don't need to be open and vulnerable. So, really going back in the past and exploring, okay, what are the times that I have been whatever, whatever it is that you're worried about in this situation? When has that happened in your past that's affected you negatively and then set you up to not trust or not open up or whatever? And then once you've done that, then you can bring yourself into the present moment. Okay, is it my past conditioning that's informing this, or do I really feel like there's something here that I just need to be cautious of? And then proceed with caution. But if you discover that, oh no, this is just my reflex reaction, this is just
Mhm.
what I do because I'm too scared to get close to anybody. And all the signs right now seem like, okay, right, there's nothing here that really is a red flag. I'm
Yeah.
just hyper alert, and then maybe proceed that way. So it's a tough distinction, but it does require some investigating, like you said, into your past.
Yeah, I think so. And I think the typical scenario that comes up often is, you know, I was cheated on time and time again.
Yes, yes.
I'm
That's number
starting a new
one, I'd say.
relationship,
Mm-hmm.
and how can I trust that this person won't cheat on me? Also,
Right,
because people wonder why, the same type of person comes along often. So there's that idea that this
right.
person might be the same kind of person. Um, it's a very, very mixed, complex,
Mm-hmm.
multifaceted matter for sure.
Right. I
Um,
mean, within that scenario, let's say, because I know we've dealt with clients who have been like, well, I just keep attracting cheaters. You know what I mean?
mhm,
Okay, well, let's so then they're like, well, then that's just the way all people are. All men or all women or whatever are going to cheat on me because that's just the way it is. Okay, then it really requires an exploration into the past. Why are you attracting this? Why are you bringing this in? Because it takes two to
mhm,
tango.
mhm,
So if this has been a repeated pattern and you keep attracting cheaters, there's something going on that we need to
mhm.
explore. There is a reason.
Yeah.
So
And
yeah, breaking
also,
that down. Yeah.
yeah, sorry, that I mean to cut you off.
Go
I just
ahead.
had a
Go ahead.
thought of what does it feel like to be cheated on? Kind of like when we were talking about, a lot of the internalized beliefs and maladaptive behaviors. It's like it's serving some kind of purpose in some strange way. This is
Right.
not here to say, you all, that we're saying you're attracting, emotional abuse or
Mm-hmm.
betrayal. We're not here to say that at all. It's just that
Mm-hmm.
sometimes things work in a strangely organized manner from when we're
Mm-hmm.
growing up and what we internalize to the adulthood.
Right.
So the idea of, in what way is being cheated on serving you, so to speak?
Right.
Does it feel
Exactly.
familiar?
Mm-hmm.
Um, Despite how excruciatingly terrible it is, you know the rules of the game
Mm-hmm.
from A to Z.
Mm-hmm.
With someone who doesn't cheat, you don't know the rules of the game. That
Right.
could be even more terrifying. So
Exactly.
a lot to think about with this.
Right.
And something else that just came to mind is also the evaluating how you feel about yourself to, in
Mm-hmm.
situations with someone who is apparently very, very nice, very, very accommodating, very, very supportive, but you catch yourself not wanting to say no, walking on eggshells,
Mm-hmm.
feeling like anything you do for yourself is selfish.
Right.
Again, is that you and your people pleasing maybe tendencies develop in childhood, or is there more to it than that?
Exactly.
I know we're leaving everybody with more ambiguity than before, but to it be explored.
Right, absolutely. And what it comes down to, yet again, is self awareness, self exploration, really kind of figuring it out within yourself. And then, you know, using then and taking forward with you as you move forward in your life the most constructive or productive ways of being. I mean, there's no like right or wrong. There's just productive and counterproductive or whatever, like whatever's going to serve you best. And um, yeah, I mean, that's really what it comes down to. So explore it for yourself. And that's what we're here for. This is what we do. dive in and examine these behaviors and these patterns and see where they're coming from and what's still serving you. If you want to keep it, keep it. You
Yeah.
know, if you want to keep that behavior, that pattern, even if you feel like it's maladaptive, but you're not ready to let it go yet because it's still serving you, okay, great. Then sit with that for a while.
Hmm.
You'll transform it when you can no longer deal with it anymore. When it no longer really serves you, when it really starts to work against you, you'll be
Yeah,
ready to let it go and transform it into something else.
exactly. And you'll be ready to grieve the old.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep. But it takes work. I mean, it really does. It doesn't happen by magic.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're
Yeah,
here for you.
absolutely. Yes, this is what we do. This is why we're here.
This is what we do. This is why we're here. And if you have follow-up questions or any questions, let us know. Thank you so much, everybody.
Thanks for
See you
joining
next
us.
time.